Well, good day, everyone, and welcome back to the next segment of The Good Word. And today, I really just want to talk about intrusive thoughts. Over the last few months, I've been noticing an overwhelming amount of cases and situations where people first started experiencing, just ideas and thoughts that were contrary to their normal selves and have manifested and become just unfortunate things and situations. And so what I what I'm giving, what I'm offering here is just an alternative perspective on these thoughts and ideas, their origins, and how to properly utilize them. So, if you can perceive that you are an individual, you are a person, and everyone you know is an individual, and they are people, and we're told there are 8 billion plus individual people living on Earth as we are. And now, each of you, each of us, each of these individuals, these people, we have our own thoughts and our own ideas. And we can express those thoughts and ideas in different ways. And as we express these thoughts and ideas in different ways, the planet responds. So if we can perceive that, and we can perceive the law of correspondence as above, so below, there are 8 billion plus organisms inside of you. And now, if there are 8 billion plus organisms inside of you, and each of these organisms has their own thoughts and their own ideas, and they can express these thoughts and ideas in a multitude of ways, as we can here, then this gives a really good base for a lot of these thoughts. And once we have a base for where these thoughts come from, these are simply thoughts and ideas that are being expressed by an organism inside of us. Now, as we are the creator, what we do with these thoughts and ideas is totally up to us. If we allow ourselves to tie these thoughts and ideas to a feeling or to an emotion, whether we know it or not, this is when we are creating something. Now, if you have thoughts and ideas, or you experience thoughts and ideas, and you should, allow them to be tied to an emotion like anger or fear, what is created and what is manifested at that point, it's just, it's not a good thing. From a clinical standpoint, this is where you start to get into bipolar disorders, and even further down the line, you get into schizophrenia, and But I digress. None of that is necessary with an alternative, with just a different perspective. These thoughts and ideas often can just be perceived as being attacks. I'm being attacked. When in truth, it's merely, as you are the overall of your space. You control your space. You are the overall of that space. You are the creator of that space, of your space. It is merely an individual inside of your space expressing its thoughts and ideas. And should you deem this thought or idea to be good and positive, and you tie a feeling or an emotion that you deem is positive, this is where aha moments come from. This is where, brilliant ideas come from. You know, but on the opposite end, the flip side of that coin, this is also, if you allow it to be tied to something negative, this is where terrible creations, and unfortunately, we see more and more examples which is why I totally quit watching like news and things of that nature. But again, I digress. So yeah, with that perspective, if we can understand that, and we can understand where these thoughts and ideas come from, and we can understand and understand that to tie these thoughts and these ideas to an emotion or to a feeling, we are then creating something. If we can truly understand, overstand, understand, if we can truly comprehend that, then we can utilize these things, all these thoughts and ideas that are being expressed in one way or another, in a way that we deem fit. There is a time, dare I say, there is a time for anger. There is a time for, I guess there's never a time. There's never a time for fear, but it can be useful. Fear can definitely be utilized to keep you safe. But all of these things, in the right aspect at the right time, can be utilized. You can take an idea and tie a feeling to it and use that to push yourself. You can literally at any time, when you feel there's something you can't do, there is something that is too overwhelming, anytime you feel you're falling short of something, even if you feel you're falling short of ideas and thoughts of your own, this would be a perfect time to utilize a thought or idea that you had, even if you felt it was contradictory to who you see yourself as, so you suppressed it. But this is a good time to now take that thought, take that idea, and tie it to an emotion and feeling, and use that to overcome, to create a barrier breaker for whatever it is you're facing that's in front of you. You know, this is just one of the many ways that you can create. You know, you are the creator. You are your own universe. And yeah, that's really the perspective, you know, I wanted to offer, I wanted to give. Because again, I'm seeing this and then it's starting to hit close to home. And in each case, it's all started with just thoughts and ideas being tied to anger or feelings of inadequacy, or just outright fears, and has manifested in a lot of these cases, of course, as anger, as resentment, as you know, a lot of things, and unfortunately, it's not stopping. Like, so again, what I'm offering is just it's an alternative perspective on where these things come from and how to properly utilize them. You know, you are not victim to anything until you say it is so, until you make it so. So these things, these ideas, these thoughts are from within you to be utilized as you see fit. You know, never give your power to anything or anyone unless you deem it to be fit. You know, you have the final say, and you always have had the final say. And what you create should always be of your choosing for your best good. And so with that, we're going to close this segment out. I just wanted to really tap in real quick and just leave a brief good word, a brief an alternative perspective, as I'm saying, on intrusive thoughts, and you know, but you definitely don't want to allow to become what they call delusional thoughts or bipolar disorder. The list goes on and on. You know, you are the creator, you are the controller. So with that, we'll close this out. Ashe, ashe, ashe. And I'll see you on the next good word.